Yo, me style them belly, me a star up in tell her, oh, tell her, when me say me belly.
Yeah man, Arvel Expressions, you know, the dancehall professor. You know, we wear a whole heap of different hats there. Teacher, used to lecture at Exeter Community College, run the famous Dance Expressions dance group, and now Dancehall Delhi. Yeah man.
What are the standard rates for dance classes in Jamaica?
Yeah man, there are no standard rates in Jamaica right now where, as it relates to dance classes. That's something that we are trying to formalize as we speak. A group of us, because we realize that it needs to be regulated, because dancers really charge how them feel or what them feeling more at the moment. But you know, so we're trying to regulate it like all of the other industries of this kind. So that's what we're trying to do right now.
What are the suggested standard prices right now as it stands?
The standard rates as it stands right now is anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000 per person, you know, per 1 hour class.
Are dance classes costing too much?
I think that some things can be regulated based on the experience of the dancer, you know. And I think if we're going to do a group, depending on the number of persons in the group, then we can regulate the price. You know, it's just to find that place where it makes sense for the students and makes sense for the teacher. What I want the dancers to do now is to really have some knowledge about the whole cultural aspect of dancehall. So when you're imparting knowledge, nobody can complain to you about your level of teaching.
So do you have any advice as to how a dancer could realistically price himself?
When you go to teachers college, you have a 4-year span to run, and then you have to go out in the world, go do your teachers practice and these things. So you don't think that because you're a dancer it make you into a teacher. You know, there are certain things that you have to learn. What they think is that because they're in demand at the moment, so you create a couple moves where the overseas people like. So you think that because you're in demand at the moment, it gives you the right to charge more. I think you should use that moment to have a minimal fee that makes sense, so you can get more people coming to you, so you can stay in demand.
Do you think that for the most part, the average dancehall dancer is mispriced?
For the most part, because the new school, what we may classify as new school dancers, are in demand more than what we would say the middle school dancers and the old school dancers. They're more in demand. So because of that, these new school dancers kind of have a warped thinking of what they're supposed to charge people. If it's even a new school dancer that have middle school and old school knowledge, and they decide that, alright, I'm going to give you an old school dance class, I'm going to give you a middle school dance class, I'd come with a whole heap of historical things. Because you want to talk about the dancer who created the dance from that era. Maybe the reason why that dance was created based on having a conversation with that dancer, or just knowing the history because you were out there at the time. Then that kind of history lesson come at a cost, because you have to pay for your education. You know, so
True.
if you just pay for the education.
Alright, well said. What's the next step to moving forward and maybe finding some type of compromise and some type of solution?
The next step, you know, because we recently formed a Dancehall Dancers Association. So the next step now is sitting, and we've had a couple sit-down meetings that, you know, it was very encouraging, because, you know, it's people who are really concerned about the whole development of the dance culture in Jamaica. One of the things that it's been neglected for a while. So when this organization started sitting down, we started coming up with some things, and we realized that we're on to something. The important thing is just to get the dancers now to buy into it and know, say, well, this is for the greater good. And we're not looking at any individual dancer or any individual group. We're looking at the longevity of dancehall. We're looking at preserving the culture and moving forward, so we can, you know, be sustainable, and we can take it from the international level, so people don't just think that it's something to come in and grab and run out with. We cannot see a group of dancers coming up, not doing the right thing, but knowing inside we said that we never pass on no kind of knowledge to them. We have a whole group of new school dancers that don't have a clue. They just know that at this moment they are in demand, and they don't even understand why they're in demand, and understand that sometimes it's just people coming to take what is now popular and run with it. Because if them come and take $10 from you, them can make $50 down the line. So you don't even know that you're being used. So we want the movers and shakers to come together, sit down and have some seminars with the youth and make them understand how to be, not just be viable, but stay viable, you know what I mean? And earn from your craft, but at the same time protect the craft, you know, and also hoping that when them carry dancehall, they may carry it in a positive way, you know. So it's time for us to start teaching.